Hello everybody and welcome. We've lost once in the last 7 games. Does that mean that our form has begun to turn around? Let's hope so, because we get to the halfway stage of the Champions League phase in today's episode. Hello and welcome to episode 24 of the Rothosen Redemption, an FM26 series where we try and rebuild Hamburg into one of the leading forces in the Bundesliga and, of course, in Europe once more. This is our story. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 more games in this series. It's the UEFA Champions League phase match day for the halfway point on the league phase, and against AC Milan at home at the Volkspark Stadium. And then we face new boys to the league, Nürnberg, in Bundesliga match day 11, as we continue to try and turn our season around, because we've had a bit of a deplorable start, if I say so myself. But as I mentioned in the preamble, taking out this bit here where we played a couple of friendlies in the international break, we have played 7 games and only lost once, that against St. Pauli. But we always seem to be a bit light after a Champions League phase match, and we've got another one of those today. So we want to be bright as a button if we can today, just do what we need to do. So that is today's episode. Last time out, of course, a 4-1 win in the Pokal Cup second round gives us a Pokal Cup third round game against Bayer Leverkusen at the start of December. We'll, of course, feature that, I think, back-to-back episodes for the moment anyway, while we work our way through the Champions League stuff. And then, of course, we'll have the winter break and what have you, and we'll come back after that. But in the meantime, as I say, third round tie to come and that, and another win in the Bundesliga. It was not a pretty affair, but it was a good win against Darmstadt, who haven't been a complete pushover this season. But today we face Milan in the UEFA Champions League phase. That's our first match of the episode. Just to recap where we are down in 19th place, 24 teams. If you remember, the top 8 will qualify automatically for the round of 16, I think it is. Everybody from 9 down to 24 have to play off against one another. It includes PSG as well, which isn't good, is it? Have to play off against one another, and then having played off against one another, the winners of that playoff will then face these sides in the top 8. That's when it gets difficult in the last 16, and we'll go from there. So we want to finish in the top 24, as it were. Preferably down to 8, but I don't think we're going to do that somehow. That's going to be a bit of a tall order. But today, if we can get a result against AC Milan, we have a couple of reasonable fixtures then to come, I think. We've got Slavia Prague. Oh, we got Roma, then Slavia Prague, and then the final 2 games, Celtic and Ladogorets Razgrad. I mean, I'd like to think we could pick up some points there. So our run-in isn't too bad, but we've had a really tough start to this year's competition. Right, with that all said and done, let's get to have a look at the team that will face AC Milan in this one. And here they are, the team that will face AC Milan in this Champions League match day 4. Tanvig is in goal. It's Igor, Lite, Lawrence and Hogsberg as our defensive line. Sambi Lokonga plays as the defensive midfielder. He has Neil just in front of him as an attacking playmaker. Banda continues his left-sided attack with Jatta continuing the right-sided. He's been in fine form since he's come back into the side, scoring goals as well, which is good news. Today, Königsdorfer drops into the number 10 slot. Grönbeck is rested, and we have put Romolo in front of him in attack as a false 9. It seemed to work quite well when they come on, or Romolo come on as a substitute in the last match. Let's see if that works today. We will give it a go, whatever happens. And then the bench then looks like this. It's Fernandes, Katabach, Turanega, Mikkel Brentes, Kral, Efferdilly, Felipe, Dompe, Grönbeck, Rossing Lillisilt, Rath, and Arana. And here we are back at the Volkspark Stadion for this one, playing our by now familiar formation. Well, it's a bit of a tweak to the formation. They're playing a 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder, making one change from the side that lost to Como in the Serie A 2-1 last time out. They are 21st with 4 points in the Champions League so far this season, having played 3 games. In Serie A, they're in second place on 18 points. As the teams come out onto the pitch, they're playing in their red and black striped tops. They drew 2-2 with Athletic Club in the last Champions League match. They'll be looking to put points on the board. And Romolo gets the game underway for this one. Match day 4 in the Champions League. Ricky with the ball. We get a highlight very early on here. Cut out by Neil. Königsdorfer to Banda. Igor and Banda. Banda to Königsdorfer. Sami Lokonga. Königsdorfer. Romolo. Königsdorfer through to Neil. Neil into the area. And it goes flying over the top. Jatta with a cross in. Headed away. Igor is there. Lokonga. Romolo. Tried to throw it through for Königsdorfer. Didn't get there. This one headed on though. Banda. Banda back to Neil, who's playing very well in midfield today. Lawrence. Lokonga. Jatta through to Königsdorfer. And it's a corner. Leo out wide here. Has gone round his man. Left Hogsberg for Dust there. Fatty. And player fell over, but don't think anything given of it. Neil headed on. Romolo comes forward. Romolo's into the area, but couldn't do anything with it. It's gone for a corner on that far side. We are going to see the corner. Lokonga with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. Near post. Headed away. Banda. Back to Lokonga. Banda. Oh, I thought that was going in the corner, but it's gone wide. And it looks like another corner, possibly. Oh, no, it's a goal kick. And Romolo snuck in there when nobody was watching and scores his 3rd goal in the Champions League in 4 matches. Pavlovic and Romolo saw what was going on. It fell nicely for him. And he puts it past Magnan. And it's 1-0. 1 minute added on at the end of this first half. And it's been a positive first half so far. Neil to Romolo. Romolo goes out wide to Igor. Banda moving it around nicely there. Igor inside. Romolo. Igor. Lite. Lokonga finds Banda. Banda into the area. Banda is going on his own. And Banda makes it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. And, well, I really didn't quite expect this, but I'm happy. Why wouldn't I be? It was well worked. Out to Banda. Banda in acres of space. Banda then just came down on. He had players there that could have used if he needed to. He had Romolo and Königsdorfer in there, but decided to dispatch it into the corner of the net. And it's 2-0 at half-time. as we go in. 56% of the possession, 14 shots, 8 on target. Pretty much dominated that first half. They caught up a little bit towards the end of the first half, the final third of it, but we scored that second goal, which has really punctured them, hopefully. As I say, 14 shots, 8 on target, 2.07, good for the 2 goals. They've had 4 shots, 3 on target, 0.37. So far, we are in the ascendancy. And they've made changes at half-time. We've definitely hurt them. And they get the game underway. And Banda bringing down Chukwueze. Free kick. Gabia. And we don't want them to get back into it early in this second half if we can help it. Ball goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And they come forward. We need to cut this out. Didn't. Ricky puts it out wide to Charles Awase, who tried to curl it into the top, but missed. Throw in on that far side. Hogsberg to Königsdorfer. Königsdorfer gives the ball away, but it's only gone as far as Lawrence, but then Lawrence gives it away. We've won it back in midfield. Banda through to Romelu. Romelu! A question whether he's offside. Referee's listening. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's 3-0. Romelu stayed onside, playing as a deep-lying striker today, and it seems to have worked. He was well onside, dispatched that off the crossbar, past Magnan. Leo out wide. As that comes back inside, Pavlovic and Ricky goes out wide to Chukwueze. Ricky, Chukwueze, and the shot from Bando is wide. Tanvik to Lite. Lite finds Neil. Neil to Romelu. Romelu goes out wide looking for Jatta. He's found him. Jatta and gives the ball away. I'm not sure. Jatta's not been on form today. Lokonga. Neil. Neil to Banda. Banda crosses deep. Jatta rolls it off the top of the net. Romelu winning that ball. Groenbeck out to Felipe, who's come on for Jatta. Felipe inside to Hogsberg. Hogsberg pulls it back for Neil. Neil is fouled. Nothing given. Referee was in a good position. And they have a counter-attack on now, which is causing us problems. Chukwueze. Chukwueze springs around and they've scored. Bondo gets it in the back of the net. And that's punched a hole in our goal difference. We need to just be careful they don't get back on top here. 80 minutes on the clock. And Bondo not being marked at that point in time and gets through. Groenbeck gets us back underway. Let's hope they're not going to score again in quick succession here. Lite, Lokongo to Groenbeck. Neil to Romelu. Romelu out wide to Igor. Igor shields the ball. Lite, Lokonga. Lite puts it into space for Neil. Moving it around nicely. Romelu, Lokonga, Romelu. Groenbeck, who's come on for Königsdorfer, puts it into space and the ball's given up. And that's what I was worried about. Goes out wide to Chukwueze. Need to be sorting him out. Something or other's gone right here. And another shot from Bondo on the edge of the area. It's come back off the woodwork and we've managed to save it. Banda playing nicely. Banda. Neil. Groenbeck. Our own counter-attack now. Romelu. Groenbeck. Neil goes through a blind alley. Lite, Igor, Lokonga. Back to Lite. Neil, and Neil loses the ball, but it's gone into touch. The highlight is going to continue. Something's at the end of this. Let's hope it's a positive goal for us to give us that 3-goal lead again. Lite goes across field. Lawrence. Lokonga. Lawrence. Lokonga finds Groenbeck. Groenbeck in space for Ramomo! But he puts it wide. Well, our final change is made. Hopefully to see this game out. Igor tried to thread that ball through, and they weren't having any of it. It remains 3-1. And they are dangerous. Chukwueze. I meant to do something about Chukwueze out here. And that's into space. And Ricky scores and makes it 3-2. And now we sweat for a couple of minutes. Referees... it's going to be an offside. It's not going to count and remains at 3-1. Oh, we're going to see the lines. Oh, a number of them offside, and especially the player in play, Jasari. That through ball, and Ricky was offside. And the referee of VAR spotting it. As we enter added time at the end of this match, 3 minutes added on, and it's nearly all over. It is over. It's a 3-1 win, and our form continues. Our good form continues. We've pretty much dominated that second half, to be fair. They got a consolation goal, and we probably shouldn't have let that. I should have picked up Chukwueze coming on at half time, and we didn't really have him marked out, and I should have dealt with it sooner. So that was a mistake on my part, which led to that goal. But otherwise, we've had 56% of the possession. We've had 22 shots, 10 of which have been on target, nearly 50%. 2.76. Good for the 3 goals. We probably weren't so potent in the second half, but it didn't matter. We'd done the work in the first half, but we managed to keep them to just 1 goal. 11 shots, 6 on target, 1.50, 44% of the possession. That has done our Champions League season the world of good. The table then looks like this at the end of this round of matches. Halfway stage of this year's competition. Manchester City are top with 12 points. In fact, there are still 5 teams with 12 points. Manchester City, Chelsea, Barcelona, Arsenal, Real Madrid, all with 100% records. And then come Liverpool on 10 points in 6th. Atletico Madrid are 7th on 8 points. FC Porto are 8th, also on 8 points, and then come a raft of teams on 7, including ourselves, as we move up into 12th place. 1 point adrift of these two here, which we must be focused on, especially as we've got probably an easier second half. I call it an easier. Nothing's easy, but we'd like to think that we've got a better chance. We have to play Slavia Prague, who are in 14th. Roma. I did see Roma. Where were Roma? There they are, 20th at the minute, on 5 points. And then we've got play Celtic, who are 21st, and Ladogratz, who are 35th. So I'd like to think we can pick up some points against those. We've done very well against the big boys. It's one of those. Good against the big boys, poor against the low boys. Anyway, enough of the Champions League for now. We got better things to be worrying about. We have the Bundesliga match day 11 coming up against Nürnberg. Can we keep this good form away from home as we go and meet Nürnberg at the Max Marlock Stadion? We will be without Igor. He picked up his a yellow card in that last Bundesliga match, which meant that having picked up that yellow card, he is suspended. I'm not sure whether he's suspended for 1 or 2 games. I will check that out before we come back. We have 4 days down to the game against Nürnberg. We'll come back just ahead of that with any news. And you come back and join us on match day for this Bundesliga, match day 11 against Nürnberg. But games have been played. For once, having played in the Champions League, we are playing on Sunday. Friday's game, Borussia Mönchengladbach beating Freiburg by 3-0. Mönchengladbach move up into 7th place. Then Saturday's games, Hoffenheim beating Bochum 2 goals to nil. St. Pauli beating Werder Bremen by 2 goals to nil. Eintracht Frankfurt, they have a 7-point gap over FC Bayern now, having beaten Union Berlin by a goal to nil, and FC Bayern beating Darmstadt 3 goals to 1, which does mean that the table going into today's games lies like this. Eintracht Frankfurt are top on 30, Bayern are second on 23rd. If Augsburg win today, they go back above FC Bayern by 2 points. Hoffenheim are in 4th. Borussia Dortmund, if they were to win today, could climb up as far as 3rd, I think it is, depending on what Augsburg do. If Augsburg win, then they will probably be 4th. Stuttgart also could climb the table. They are currently in 6th on 19 points. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayer Leverkusen just outside on 18 points as it stands. We're 10th. We could just overtake St. Pauli again to put us 2 points behind Bayer Leverkusen going into the international break. So that's how it is. Let's go and have a look at the side that will face Nürnberg in this Bundesliga matchday 11 away from home. And here is the side that faces Nürnberg in this Bundesliga matchday 11. It's a fairly familiar side. It's Tanvig in goal. Katabach and Hogsberg are the fullback stroke wing back. That's because Igor is suspended with a 1-match suspension. I did check it out. It is a 1-match suspension. So Katabach coming in for him. Lita and Lawrence continue in defence. We just need to switch him to a no-nonsense centre-back. Sambi Lakonga as the defensive midfielder. Neil just in front of him as the advanced playmaker. And then Banda on the left. Jatta on the right. Can they continue their form? Königsdorfer continues as the number 10 behind Romelu, who leads the attack up front. It's Fernandes, Kral, Turinega, Mikkel Brentes, Remberg, Dompe, Felipe, Groenbeck and Arana on the bench. And here we are. They're playing a 4-3-3 today, making 2 changes from the side that beat Leipzig 2-1 in their last Bundesliga match. They are currently 12th on 13 points. And Romelu gets the game underway. They're playing in red and black halves on their tops. And our first highlight, UC out wide. And we've won the ball back. Lakonga winning the ball. Trying to thread the ball through. Who was it? Romelu trying to thread it through to the run of Königsdorfer, but missed out. And the ball's been given back to them. And threaded through. Skobel looked like he was offside, and I'm hoping he is, because if he's not, we're in trouble. It is offside, and it remains 0-0. We'll see now as that ball is played. He's well offside. Looked it, but you're never certain until those lines are drawn. And Skobel was in, beat Tanvig. Hogsberg with the ball out there. Jatta. Oh, I thought he was going to lose the ball for a minute. Hogsberg goes around his man, pulls it inside to Jatta. Jatta is fouled, nothing given. I haven't seen any penalties of late either. But Jatta wins that ball back. It's still alive. Jatta around his man. Jatta goes for it. And it's punched over the top for a corner. Gruber comes forward. Sprays one out wide. Headed away. Banda to Romelu. We're on a counter-attack now. Out to Jatta. Jatta loses the ball. He's got to be better than that. Zoma has had the better of him. Zoma. And that goes flashing wide. As we enter the last 5 minutes of this first half, it's been an interesting affair so far. 1 minute added on. Looks like it's going to be 0-0 at half time. We've had 49% of the possession. 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.37. They've had 4 shots, 1 on target. It's been pretty even Stevens all the way along. And it could go either way. And they get the second half underway. No changes made at half time. It's all level. And I think we have a free kick. We do. Katabac with the free kick. Katabac. Back post. It's in the back of the net. And Bakary Jatta gives us the lead on 49 minutes. It was a good free kick. We can see him just outside the picture here as he comes in. He's not marked and has a free header. Goalkeeper comes, clutches to thin air, and Jatta says, "Thank you very much." "58 minutes on the clock, Banda. Lokonga gives that ball away. He's had a poor day today and might need to take him off shortly. Lokonga wins that ball and then loses it. Yeah, he's given too much away today. Not done what we need him to do. That's cut out by Jatta, though. Romelu, Neil, Lokonga over the top to Königsdorfer. And he scores. I'm not seeing the referee. Question whether it's offside or not. VAR looking at it. They are looking at it. He is offside. It won't count. It goes back to 1-0. We'll see the lines. Königsdorfer just went too early. Lokonga playing it over the top. Königsdorfer pings it past a reshirt, but doesn't count. Rupert's. Loshvili. Lubach. Goes back out to Janish. Into space. And they've got the winning of him. And it's into the area. Danger. Danger. It's gone over the top, though. Hitting the woodwork on the way through. Katabac with a corner. 74 minutes nearly on the clock. Katabac. Swung in, and it's gone behind. Katabac winning that ball. Banda, Neil, back to Banda. Banda to Katabac. Katabac has Neil on the inside. Königsdorfer, who's picked up a yellow card. Remberg through to Groenbeck, who's come on. Königsdorfer got a shot away, but they've tidied it up in defence, and it goes for a throw on that far side. Katabac with a throw in as we come down to the final couple minutes of the game. Don't want to give anything away here. We need to be very disciplined. Katabac, he's been pickpocketed, and we've won the ball back, thankfully. It's very quick to thwart that attack. Dompe, who's come on for Banda on that far side. Dompe crosses in. Second goal now will finish it off. Mikkel Brentes into space. Try to get space to get across in. Moving around, and Remberg. Question whether he's offside or not. They are remonstrating. The referee gives a goal. It's 2-0, and I think that secures it. 5 minutes added on, and we just need to see the game out now. It's all over, and we have successfully beaten Nürnberg by 2-0. It was hard work, but we got there in the end. Jatta after 49, Renberg after 90. We dominated that second half. 54% of the possession. 17 shots, 8 on target. They had 7 shots, 1 on target. I think they had the 1 in the first half. 1.52 against their 0.30. It's a good win. And, well, I'm well happy with that. Well, with the rest of the day's results in, I can tell you, having beaten Nürnberg by 2-0, Leipzig have beaten Augsburg, who don't pull up into second place behind Eintracht Frankfurt. FC Bayern stay in front of them. They've lost 3-1. That bodes well because we play them next. Bayer Leverkusen beating Borussia Dortmund by 1-0. That's moved them up into 4th place. And Stuttgart have lost to FC Köln, who were near the bottom, 3-1, and Köln are now in 16th place on 10 points. Freiburg drop into the bottom 2, and Bochum are on the bottom, 6 points adrift of Köln in that 16th place, and Freiburg 3 points adrift of them. So that isn't good. Let's have a proper look at the table then. At the end of the episode, it's Eintracht Frankfurt on top, 7 points clear of FC Bayern in second. Augsburg third on 22. Then Bayer Leverkusen are in 4th on 21. Hoffenheim and Borussia Dortmund 5th and 6th, separated on goal difference. Stuttgart just outside on 19 points. We're currently 9th on 16. A couple more wins and we could be up amongst this lot again. Augsburg we have next, though. That's going to be a tough call. 2 tough games in the next episode. Augsburg is at the Volkspark Stadium, and then we play Roma in match day 5 of the Champions League. So I hope that you can join me for that. If you've enjoyed today's episode, though, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this series, the Rothosen Redemption, as they are released, and of course our other series, To Be a Legend, as well. New episodes of the Rothosen Redemption released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at Just Offside 2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 25. It's out on Tuesday. If you're not watching my other series on Monday, I'll see you Tuesday. Have yourselves a great weekend. Goodbye.